spoke with Sheila Washington, who's the director over at the YWCA, which is where we spend.
I would love to participate in that.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I have a clothing shop, so I have a lot of stuff that we don't sell through, and we do donations at the end of the year to another center, but I'm more than happy to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. We'll exchange numbers.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Sheila told us that some of the women who are staying at the YWCA are gearing up to interview for jobs. And so Tracy and I thought it would be a good idea to get a clothing donation to drive started. So there's a big barrel in front of the front desk where we can all, throw in business clothing. It's only for women, so for women's thing. Shoes, accessories, dresses, suits, pants, blouses, anything that would be appropriate for a job interview. They're amazing people.
So lovely.
Amazing job. So,
Women
we'll
if it comes to the
until May
ceremony.
29th, but if you have anything to donate afterwards, please don't hesitate to reach out. We can always use things.
Star, there are a lot of men's blazers that work for women, so guys,
Oh,
check your
yes.
closets.
It's the
That is
I
true.
prefer men's blazers.
And Chuck, you guys are doing something also with your shred event. Is that, what kind of donations are you accepting there? Just monetary donations?
Or cash, just cash.
Just wow, it's just money.
Yeah, so if anybody missed Red Day and they want to participate, Chuck and John are doing a Shred Day event, and for their
Sunday fun day, Sunday from 10 till noon, right behind the Birthday Elementary.
and in that they're also Chuck is on the board at PATH, aren't you? Is that correct? I think that's what Joe's is. Yeah. So it was really, I'm so glad we had the opportunity to show up over there, because it was really quite fulfilling, and it was really enriching experience.
What about the other location? Who went there? And what was that?
Alcott's. Oh, we have slides. Yeah, we have slides. There you go. All right, so we'll be at front desk and stuff.
But this is only business clothes, right?
No, it's both. But what's that?
Is that what, just anything you have is good. It's generally
Well,
used,
I have
but this
jeans.
is particular.
We'll
Did I
take
want
them.
jeans?
Take them.
Okay, got a lot of those.
Something for everybody there. So here we go. KW Red Day under success. Both centers, we were able to do a bunch of stuff. Let's see who's there. Hey Brian, Tati, you want to talk about the Alcott Center since I wasn't there?
Absolutely,
I love that everybody knows that that's the yes. But
No,
we
Brian.
don't feel the same. Go ahead.
So the Alcott Center is a really great organization. They do a lot of outreach for the houseless community. One of the things that they do that I was really happy to hear about is that they are a non-police outreach service. So if there's somebody who's going through some sort of mental health crisis where you don't think the police are needed, there's a number that will connect the Alcott Center to them and help them out. So what we were doing there was we were putting together these bags that you can see in front of us that are for people that are transitioning into housing. So it had a bunch of toiletries inside of it so that they can get started on the right foot. And then we wrote personalized cards to go and give back.
No, cool, honey.
It's excellent. Yeah, hey, police are not really trained to deal with mental illness situations, right? That's not, they got dumped on them.
Is that like a citizen number that, like, should we have that number on our phone if we see somebody?
We dialed 933.
933, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Who knew?
That's great.
Excellent.
I don't know that.
Excellent. And then there was the me giving up a gift in the middle there. We did, this was at the YWCA, where we did some sorting. We moved, they had, they were very organized, right? And they had this whole room filled with bedding and clothing of every kind of dimension. It was all separated into different boxes. We moved that whole room to another room, and then we built some shelves. We bought and we paid for and assembled 5 IKEA shelves for their room, for their computer room and such. Also served and prepped lunch. Then we had a little giveaway here. We gave a bunch of stuff away. Here's everybody. What did I miss? Did I miss anything in there? It was really fun. And like Star said, the staff and the people who were being serviced there were all so very, very lovely. And it was a really great experience. Loved it. Love. Anybody else want to throw down on that? Was it just me who had a good experience? Yeah, it's great.
Just you, Joey.
Just throwing it out there. Just gotta keep myself in check. We'd like to welcome 2 new additions to our family here. Ritika, who is right here on the screen there. So everybody say hi to Ritika. She went out with us yesterday on Caravan. And E. Cohen, who is also, I don't know if he is on, but he's oh no, that's Scott Leroy. Yeah, really great guy. Excited to be in business with him. He had high-end car, like what was that? Car not detailing, like when they put like super. Tricked, yeah, like a trick out,
Like a pimp my ride guy?
Pimp my ride guy. Yes, he is a pimp my ride guy for sure. Yep. It was very, I was very interested. He had Tiffany's car. Tiffany's the same exact car. You see a white one in the parking lot while you were there, all tricked out?
No.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. Anyway, Person Picnic.
That was Tiffany's car.
No, Tiffany's car is tricked out enough. Saturday, June 8th, let's not forget about. I'll keep telling you until we get there.
Yeah, and I think next week we'll have the sign-up sheets for the potluck. The hours, I think, are 11 to 2:30, yes.
Only 1 slot for fried chicken.
And only like 2 slots for dessert.
Yes.
Because we can't just eat 99 pies. So, and we wanted to reflect our cultural heritages or somebody else's. But
bring some Serbian.
okay, and I'm gonna bring my favorite Serbian dish.
Yes.
My grandmama used to make for me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, try to, make some interesting stuff, y'all.
It's so much fun.
It is super duper fun. But so the sign up sheet will be going around next week.
Yeah. We have to come up with a more deceptive name for it than diversity picnic.
Oh,
Like to make it like,
oh, okay.
I don't know.
Creole cookout.
Everybody's.
Let's work on
I'm not gonna.
Work on that.
I mean, it works for me.
The cookout.
Might be too
I don't know. Yeah, it might be. It might be. We'll find something.
All right.
We'll take suggestions.
The lovely Samantha.
I feel like that's fun.
What? Should I start this? No?
Are we reaching you is the
Are we
question.
reaching you? So we send out text messages, just so you know, and just want to make sure you're receiving those if you want to. And then also we send out emails. And the main thing is, part of why this came up is last week in this meeting, we discussed an email that the broker Rich sent out, and it seemed like a lot of people did not get it. So I think what's happening is when we add you to the roster, it's like when you first join, so usually that's your personal email on there. So then if you convert over and you're using your KW email more exclusively, I'm guessing that it went to most people's personal email and you just didn't see it. So if you want me to update the roster with like your KW email or a different one that you're using more, I'm happy to do that. And then hopefully Rich's email, because he sent another one out this week and we want to make sure everybody gets it, but he's going off the roster. So if you want a different email on there or phone number, let us know. And if you're not getting the text or the email, let us know too.
Yeah, we try to be respectful of, not sending too much, but we want to be effective and make sure that we get the information that we think is valuable. And different people respond to different forms of communication.
Exactly, but so everybody knows there is always at least a couple of emails a week, and there is a text pretty much daily.
Pretty much
So if you're not getting any of these, you're not on that
getting
roster.
Yeah, there's definitely an email every day. There's the Rise and Shine email every day.
Yeah.
And then we send it.
I like the text.
Yeah, everybody's got a thing, right? Good, that's why we do it. Thank you.
It's the
Also-
same information though in both generally, correct?
Yes.
Not always.
No,
I gotta check.
So I have to get the text?
I mean, for the most part, but usually text, we figure like big changes on it.
It's usually more timely. Oh, the other piece, which I think is, I did not go through Samantha yet on this, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, we need your headshots, okay? There are lots of people who are not on the website. It's because we asked for headshots and no one responded, right? So,
It could be a picture, it doesn't have to be like a professional headshot. It could just be, technology's upgraded so much now, you can take a photo with the phone.
Yeah.
I pictures of everybody. Everyone looks like.
what's that? Everyone should have a headshot, right? Everyone should have a headshot,
And
right?
Christina Kim's new headshot.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Right.
And they were done
That's
by
lovely.
Shlomi,
It was that woman
our
that came
friend that came in, and she did mine as well. So if anybody needs her contact info, I don't know if you remember, she came in and did a little presentation, and then Christina won her raffle. And she's really good.
And we can also.
She's not really cheap.
Yes, but we.
But she's really good, and we'll make
Really
it.
good, yes.
Yeah, but.
And you'll get a lot out of it. and
We might
you'll
find
use
a
them.
more economical, like, one to come in for a day and do,
Yeah, but
we'll ask her what you'll do. What's that?
Like this.
No. But, and that's fine, that's fine. That's her business model, right? No judgment.
No, and you're getting what you pay for,
Of course.
100%.
Yeah, but we will, we'll set up a photo day for, so everybody can get a shot for reasonable money. Okay, or we'll stand out in the tunnel.
Yeah, the tunnel
The tunnel takes great pictures.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Actually.
Especially in the afternoon, that
Mhm.
panel's light. All right, good, great, super. How you doing, Scott Roy? I see you. Upcoming classes, MLS, Christie, sell your value and sign a buyer's representation agreement. I just, Christie and I have been talking about this. She came up with this class. She wanted to, it's sort of like a value square that she's doing, and I think it'll be amazing. She's been doing research. I know she was reaching out to John or you, Chuck, at some point or another. But Christy was there for our Red Day too, which was really great to see her and to spend some time with her. Again, that is on Friday, May 31st, 1 to 2. Sell your value and sign your buyer's representation agreement. It's the conversation around the buyer's representation agreement. The buyer's representation agreement will change, but this is about building a value conversation around getting that document signed, right? And that again, that's Friday, May 31st. We will be on that. Escrow and title timeline class. I do not like the name of this class, but I do love teaching the class, right? And that class is basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through a transaction from ratified RPA to closing. What title's doing, what escrow's doing, what lender's doing, and create a kind of map of what everybody's doing at the same time while we're trying to all drive to the same place, which is closing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is the 23rd. That's next week, right? Next week at 2 p.m. Thursday. Andy's going to reschedule her lunch and learn.
I am. It's a little craziness going on over here.
Oh, life happens. We got you covered. It's all good, right?
I appreciate it.
We will let you know when that gets rescheduled. The morning show. Who's going to be a voice for the morning show today?
I mean, I am happy to be. We just have great, real conversations about what's going on in life, how to make that work with our business, supporting each other. It's just, it's just great.
I wish I could make it mandatory.
Then it wouldn't be as fun.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe not. Maybe so. They're mandatory to at least go to one.
Yes, come.
If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, but
Right.
I can't imagine.
We love when new people pop in. I mean, we have our crew that we see almost every morning, and when somebody new, like Ritika, she popped in yesterday, and that was great.
Open arms.
Always.
There you go. All right, Scott, there's your slide. Command training, live Zoom classes with us on Zoom today at 12:30, right after the meeting. Scott's going to be taking over. What are you going to be talking about today, Scott?
Yeah, a little bit of anything and everything. So we're going to be highlighting a good amount of, everything that we're able to provide for you, some of the new updates that have happened inside Command, and all the fun stuff that we're actually even launching as well, too, to make your life a little bit easier. So definitely come by later on after the team meeting. I'm going to be back on here going through anything and everything we can do to make your life easier, and then some of the newest items that have launched as well, too. So please feel free to jump on. I'm excited to teach today.
Oh my God, he makes Command sound so fun. I'm gonna get, wow, thanks, Scott. I'm gonna get in it.
Scott is one of our most underutilized, support systems. Those who know, and they use Scott, and you get the direct line to Scott. Scott is always there. He's very responsive, and he is chock full of knowledge. So I encourage you all to just get on that Zoom today with Scott and please learn what's new, learn how he can help. Right?
Can you just refresh our memory and tell us
Scott,
what all Scott does?
So Scott, along with onboarding and helping us with onboarding and getting people's connected, initially connected to Command, he offers Command support, on almost every level, right? And then they have, he has a marketing piece. He has all these add-ons, right, Scott?
Spot on. Yep. So that's one of the biggest things I'll talk about in the class after this as well, too. But much like you're saying, we're here to help not only with the onboarding side, but one thing I'll highlight in the class today is how we can re-onboard you. So in this case, even if you joined KW a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, a lot's changed. So how can we actually help to get you fully up and running and using everything possible? We also have, like you're seeing on here, live classes every Monday through Friday, right at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So the class today just ended, but we're going to have a couple more this week and then next week as well, too. And then even beyond that, we have all of our classes recorded, so you can rewatch them 24/7. We have a plethora of support that I'm going to highlight in the class today for y'all, and how you can utilize all of it for free, and then even all of our templates that are available as well, too, to make your life a little bit easier. But I'm really going to dive deep into everything that we can do. And the best part that I can highlight the most on here is that everything I'm going to highlight today is all stuff we'll be able to do for free for you. So it's all completely complimentary, just from the graciousness of the office. So definitely looking forward to teaching that and giving you all a deep dive into all the fun tools available.
Chock full of Scott. All right, we're looking for it.
Is that at 12, 12:30? 12:30.
On Zoom, yeah.
Just on Zoom.
On Zoom.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be.
Can we have it in the classroom?
You can have.
Yeah, maybe classes
maybe out
will
here.
schedule.
Maybe out here. We have well, actually, we'll talk about it with the mentees. We have the mentees, so maybe we'll show it out here. Maybe out here. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Piqued everybody's interest. Again, mentee meeting, 12:30 to 1:30 in the training room. Very exciting. Excuse me?
Good.
Maybe. Latest news on ADUs. That's the 22nd, which is next Wednesday. Florentine will be here right after the meeting also, right? Florentine has a business where they assess. I think they do the contracting. They'll do the application for you. It's kind of she'll do
One-stop shop.
one-stop shop. That's what we're trying to achieve. All right. She's been doing it for a while too. Brooks Caravan, always a blast. Yesterday, was a good one. We got this, that Muirfield property was,
Oh, I missed that one.
oh yeah. My kids went to, well, Presley was friends with the daughter.
Whose house is it?
What's that?
Whose house is it?
Kent, Savagin, Savagin, I think is the way to pronounce his
Oh,
name. Kent,
on soccer team.
Juliana.
Yeah.
Juliana. Yep. Flow coaching, Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Get your flow on. Also, Mondays, 10 a.m. Zoom strategy. Ryan Melcher from Investment Network, you might remember them. They do education every Monday, 10 a.m. Get on there. You have any questions? You have any interests? You want to know how to use it to get business? That's what this Zoom strategy.
It was the guy who was here a few weeks
Right,
ago.
yeah. Yep. And several agents are doing, engaged in receiving offers and doing deals already. It's been a good tool. All right, start with why. Simon Sinek, one of my favorites. That is May 21st is the first class at 12:30. Chapters 1 and 2. That's next. So 21st is next Tuesday, right? Yep. 2:30 on Tuesday. Start with why. Excellent book. Very, very eye-opening book from Simon Sinek. If you want to get a little taste of it and understand what it's about, he has a great TED Talk. How Great Leaders Lead, I think is the name of the TED Talk that kind of walks through the big picture of this book. Core services, Andy.
I wish I should have requested some inspirational music or something for this lead up, because yeah, can I get a drum roll or something? Inflation data, the CPI numbers came out today, and it wasn't a huge drop. Expectations were 0.4%. They came in at 0.3% for the core reading, which is still a drop. What's that?
I said close enough for me.
It's better. It's better than they thought, just by, 0.1%, which is great. The market has responded positively. Basically, we've talked a lot about inflation. Shelter's a big part of it. It's about 45% of the total CPI number. The interesting part about it, and this could raise some eyebrows from a Fed perspective. The interesting part about the latest CPI read, car insurance was one of the biggest factors along with shelter. Car insurance, just to give you a little gauge, car insurance is up 22.6% year over year.
What the what?
On a month over month basis. So from March to April, it's up almost 2%, 1.8% month over month. How is the Fed going to control car insurance? They cannot. Okay. So that's the first thing. So this might sort of raise some questions on their 2% target. Is it even possible with car insurance going through the roof? The other thing is shelter rents rose about 0.4% in April. It's up about 5.4% year over year. It's down from 5.7%. Shelter lags. Rent data lags. If somebody signs a lease today, they're not moving in today, right? The data lags to catch up. So we're getting there. Mortgage rates have responded really positively. We had a pretty big morning actually in improvement, and we've been on a pretty good trajectory for the last week. So hopefully it will continue. And again, eyes on unemployment too, because obviously consumer spending is dropping. Retail sales came out with along with the CPI data. Consumers are spending less. As unemployment numbers go up, consumers spend less. That will go into inflation data. They can't control the car insurance though, right? So are they going to adjust that 2% target? Maybe. Also, don't forget, at the end of this month, the Fed and the Treasury are going to start adjusting their balance sheets and purchasing treasuries and bonds. that will impact mortgage rates as well. We're getting there.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay. Is it a good time to lock in your loan, or?
I mean, I would say yes. There's obviously been a ton of volatility in the last year and a half,
Yeah.
especially in the last couple of months. I mean, we've seen literally the rug pulled out, and within a 24-hour period, you see rates shoot up 1/4 or 0.3%. So I would say yes. We're obviously not in the home stretch just yet from a rate perspective. So lock it in. You know, it's all about payment. It's all about the buyer being comfortable with where it's at. Eventually, their payment will go down. All things are temporary. Eventually, they could refinance, you know, as long as they qualify and so forth. Yeah, you definitely, you don't want to be in a position where a client is hanging their hat on rates lowering. If they're good with where the payment is now, absolutely lock it in.
And Andy, your email that went out this morning, I didn't look at it. You have 6 different metrics, right? Were those, all those metrics have a 6 in front of it today?
Not quite. And you know, it depends on the loan program. It depends on the credit score. All of that stuff.
You have those those 6 different metrics, VA, FHA, Super Jump, blah, blah. They all have of course, there's a variable inside each one of those. But, over the last month, like 3 of them were in the high 6s, and maybe 3 of them had a 7 in front of it. Are all 6 of them have a 6 in front of it today, or is there still one sector that is holding out for a 7?
I'm gonna err on the side of conservative and say in many cases there is a 6 in front of them.
Okay. Thank you.
There's also
boxes on the daily email.
Yeah, on the daily email. Yeah. The daily.
and
Yeah,
remember
and
this-
email's great. Like, I love seeing that every morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. I
I just didn't
appreciate
know
it.
this morning.
Yeah, of course. It's a good gauge. You know, not every loan is the same. And that also goes into an entirely different conversation about available loan products. I will tell you that I have a client that just went under contract, and we're looking at a 623 credit score for a $2 million loan.
Whoa, that's a low credit score.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
That's my college credit score.
All shapes and sizes, but there's opportunity for a lot of people that, you know, while people are holding out for these better interest rates, people with lower credit scores, it's a prime opportunity for sure. Lots of options.
All right.
Can I ask you a
Yep.
question, Andy, for clients that are actively looking right now? You're saying lock a rate, but then we're also saying that rates could drop because of this buyback program. What does it look like if somebody locks a rate at a higher rate, and then while they're in escrow 2 weeks later, the rates come down? Is there a world where they can get that lower rate?
There's several components to rates and how they're priced, right? You have the actual interest rate, and then you have the price of that interest rate. And so, for instance, if I'm locking somebody at a certain rate, let's just say 6.99%, I could potentially be giving a discount on the back end of it and not charging the client anything. So I'm saying, Mr. Buyer, 6.99 on a 30-year fixed is your rate with no points. If rates come down, let's say over the next 2 weeks, they would have to drop substantially enough to cover the cost, and then also be a drastic enough difference, like 0.25% or more in the rate for us to do what's called a float down. I will tell you that in general, my theory is to never necessarily lock on day 1 of escrow, because a lot can happen in the first 2 weeks. And by the time we're ready to remove loan contingency, a lot can happen in the market, right? So it's important that the loan officer keeps a pulse on it, right? I don't generally lock day 1.
But you're attentive to the process all the way across, right? I'd say, not every loan officer has that same attentiveness to, watching where where their client is, where the market is, and where the process is, all at the same time.
Well, and also just an understanding of the market too. So if somebody opens escrow today, we could get an uptick tomorrow on rates. Guess what? I'm gonna say we should keep our eye on it. Let's see what happens over the course of the next 10 days or whatever our loan contingency period is. And of course, depending on somebody's debt to income ratios, I would suggest let's keep our eye on it, because what goes up certainly comes down. It could be a little bit slower of a process for things to come down. But it's important for whoever is doing the financing to have a very clear understanding of how the market works and what's happening, and a pulse on it.
Thank you, Andy.
I have a question for you.
Come on.
The person with a 623 FICO, what kind of interest rate do they?
That is a good question. So they're doing 25% down, and I'm putting it on one of my non-QM products. It's an in-house product. We can go up to the $2 million loan amount, 25% down. They're looking at a 9.625 with no points.
Wow.
But it's no points. I will tell you from that perspective, from a broker perspective, other non-QM products, most non-QM loans require points up front. So the fact that we can do this with no points, yes, the rate is crazy. Their credit score is not good, and it's a $2 million loan.
Cost of acquisition isn't as high as it could be.
Yeah, exactly. So not ideal, but again, if they get their credit score up, they could refinance.
Yep, all day.
That'd be an
Be in this
example
loan for a year.
right? If it's like between 7.2
What was that
and
interest rate
6.9.
What was the interest rate again, you said, Angie?
9.625.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, that's an example of.
Got it. All right, let's,
Yeah.
we can spend the rest of the day with Andy, but, guess we're not. Haley, are you here today? Thank you, Andy. Send you some love. Haley, are you here?
Hi guys, yes, I'm on Zoom. Today I just wanted to share some numbers from the last 30 days that I think could be helpful for your guys' business. So in LA County in the last 30 days, there have been 500 notice of defaults recorded, 511 expired listings, and 6 for sale by owners listed. And I just wanted to highlight these numbers because they represent additional opportunities for you guys to generate business outside of your sphere of influence or to target specifically within your farm areas. So if there's anyone that needs assistance with setting up a farm or identifying these types of properties within your farm areas, I'm more than happy to help get you set up with that. And as always, if you guys have any questions outside of farming, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to help you guys in any way that I can.
Thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, Agent Happy.
All right.
Birthdays. Thomas Robinson, Maria Penna, Serge Tron, and Connor Baxter. You'll have birthdays this week. Happy birthday, guys. All right, we also have some closed escrows, which we love. Barentine Group on 10th, Jacqueline Jantz on Hillcrest, Gina Ibarola closed both of those that she opened a couple weeks ago on 12th and San Pedro. Congratulations, Gina. Also Byron Field and Sabine Domain on Haskell, all closed this week. Excellent job. We have some new escrows open. Heidi and Tiffany and Laura Anderson opened. Lori and Laura opened one also. Day Young Her opened 2 of them. Excellent. We love seeing that. It's pipeline. Closed leases. DeLon.
Woo!
She fights hard for those.
She did. She had the tenants on that came in on a Friday, need to move in on Saturday, paperwork till 1 in the morning. She was busting it out.
Yeah. It's good. I like to say it gets easier, and it may. Jennifer, congratulations. Christine Lindgren, also Christina Kim and Doncher all closed some leases last week. Close referral, Tiffany Park in Las Vegas, again.
Yeah.
All right, I thank you, because I would have been like, yo, guys, left that in from last week, excellent job. New listings, Alex Dion, beautiful, on 544 North Coanga Boulevard, 5-bedroom. What's that?
It's her house.
It's her house,
That's
5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,521 square feet for $2,895.
Yes.
Yeah. Alex, are you on there?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, cousin.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm in an office. Yeah, so yeah, it's my house. And the reason why I'm not doing a kind of a standard brokers is because they're this week tearing up our street. And it's kind of great for the neighborhood because they're replacing the water main lines, but for parking, it's not good. So we're going to do a twilight tomorrow, 5:30 to 7:30, and then this weekend, 2 to 5, Saturday and Sunday. I'm happy to, make any other appointments. It's just really, it's difficult this week and a half because you can't park on my street right now. So, but happy to answer any other questions.
Excellent, excellent.
Photos look amazing, Alex.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Honestly, this photographer is so good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, Christina and Brandon Damiano it's a studio in I forget the name of the building, but studio, 1 bath, 519 square feet, $548,000, 888. Great pied a terre. Rob Marin has his property in Whittier coming up. I love Rob. Loves that signature. What is that? Magic hour, golden hour shot. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,230 square feet for $749,000 in Whittier. DeYoung Her on West Boulevard has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square foot home, I believe, for $1,275,000. Also, there's some leases that are coming up. On has one on Grand, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 970 square feet. I believe it's more like a, I don't even know if it has a bedroom. It might be just a loft type environment, 900, just under 1,000 square feet, to 2,900 a month. Day looks like he will sell or rent this 4-bedroom, 2-bath on West. The rental on that would be $5,500. Also Pete, this is beautiful, on 24th Street, has a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,445 square foot property for $7,500. It looks neither of them are there. I thought this looks like one that he sold a while ago down there.
Ready.
Yeah. Nothing beautiful. But income properties, Eileen Lanza, 2 units on Van Ness. She here? No. 1 bedroom. They're both 1 bedroom, 1 bath. 5,800 square foot lot size for $600,000. That's a 3,900 block of South Van Ness. So it's
Way south, right?
What's that?
Really like down south.
Oh yeah,
So.
yeah, for sure. I didn't know Van Ness went down that far. That's past the 10. That's past. Seems like it's past Jefferson, right? Yeah, I didn't know it went down that far. All right, what is that area, Lorna?
I want to say that is Lamert adjacent. Is it Hyde?
Hyde Park?
I don't know, 39th might not be there yet, but yeah, it's kind of in Lamertish. No, that's oh, that's more like, that's further. This is just the 3,900 block.
It's between Jefferson Park and Vermont Square, according to the map.
It's Lamert adjacent. That's
There you
what
go.
Mama said.
We saw this yesterday. I thought this was a really great property. I just saw the upstairs, but everybody else went up and down. Beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 6,500 square foot lot, but Andrew's here.
Andrew.
You want to talk about this?
Miss Andrew, I miss
Really
you.
nice duplex.
Yeah, I thought.
You know, what they call carpet circle, 3 bedrooms, a bath and 3/4 each unit, really nice shape. The downstairs is leased and they plan to stay, but sellers are really motivated. It's a great place.
Yeah.
What's the rent on the lower?
The lower unit is $36.50. They've been there about 10 years.
It's definitely short of what it could be. The upstairs is just.
They have the upstairs leased at 5,500.
Yeah, easy.
That is so pretty.
Yeah, really lovely street. It's, it's a good one. It's a good one. I think it's priced properly. I could be wrong. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Seems like it's priced properly. Vinny has a 4-unit on Kenmore, 3 bedroom, 2 baths, and a 4th one. 7,000 square foot lot, and we have an asking price on that. We don't have an asking price yet.
Free.
Great for all my friends.
But real quickly, we just had a price reduction on our Santa Monica 5 unit. We dropped it $91,000 to $2,799. So it is now about a 0.3 cap, which is brilliant for Santa Monica. So investors want a really well maintained, already soft story retrofitted, just gorgeous property.
For an educated investor, this is a really great time to get into multifamily because it's tough. It's tough out there, right? Everybody's very, very cautious about renters' rights and what it is and what it can be, and then there's the renters themselves who it could be a ticking time bomb. You get in there, they want month, and then there's they neglect to pay for.
And then they have squatters, right?
There's all
caught in
kinds
there
of
for a year.
crazy rights that they have that make it challenging for owners of multi-homes.
So if you're doing leases, please do your landlord a favor and be very diligent about the applications of the people that are coming in.
Yeah, you do your best.
Jack, is your property like tenant occupied?
Completely.
Completely, okay.
Yeah.
There's only one legacy tenant that's drawing down that specific unit, but not terrible. It's still within like $500-$600.
No, it still has a great cap
Such a
rate.
kind way to say it. Is one that just will not leave.
Is the rent control in Santa Monica similar to LA?
Very different. So they're interesting. You actually can go online in Santa Monica and see what the maximum rent is for that unit based on when they moved in. So it's more than just that. There are some ways you can register to do it for more than that, but it's in general, it's rent increases are 100% controlled by the city, right? So if you choose not to increase the rent, you don't have to. It still shows up on the Santa Monica rent control website, which is very friendly, by the way, very easy to find stuff. If you decide at some point you want to move it up to that max rate, you can. So if it's been 10 years since you increased the rent, and you decide that you want to increase that rent now, you can do that.
No matter how big the increase is.
I don't believe that there is. Now they may soften it somehow after a certain number of years. But when I talked to rent control, they said, yeah, you can increase it to whatever's on the max. Yeah.
And when a tenant leaves, can you bring it to market?
Yes, at that same number. Yeah. You get to come out at that same number.
Well, that's not market necessarily.
Right. I think you can bring it to market rate, my understanding.
You can.
But talk to Santa Monica rent control again.
No, I'm just curious because each city's different.
Actually pick up the phones.
Wow, shocker.
Pick up the phone, and they are delightful to work with.
That's shocking.
That's exciting.
I have a question for you.
They're in control.
Is the rule still,
Well, it's clear. Yeah.
is the rule still in Santa Monica that even if you purchase the property, if there's a tenant there, you can't get them out? Like even, like you could do cash
For
release.
usage, for personal.
Yeah,
usage,
for
et cetera.
personal usage.
Can Ellis hack them out?
No,
owner occupied.
owner occupied, like there's, when I remember years ago, there was a condo overlooking the ocean for like $400,000, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, right? And it's because there was like a 39-year-old woman living there paying like $500 a month, and she's never leaving. So she's gonna live forever, and you're never gonna be able to move in. So you could buy it, you just couldn't get her. So, and it wasn't a cash for keys thing too, because that's not.
Was it maybe during the
It's-
moratorium?
Oh, no, this was like 18 years ago. But that was the rule. Like Santa Monica was like, if you buy something, you buy it with the people in it, you cannot move in if they don't want to leave.
Well, Santa Monica and West Hollywood have very
Ellis Act a statewide thing?
Ellis Act is
Yeah,
if
but
you're
that's
changing the
Converting.
nature of it.
Yeah.
If you're
Right, take it
taking
off the
it,
market.
right,
Yeah, take it off the market.
Well, that's what, if you want to move in.
yeah, it is, that is a
You can't
state
move in-
thing.
Anyone, even in LA, you can't just move someone out.
You can, if you buy a duplex and you want to occupy one of the units, that is a reason, well, that's her point. Yeah, that's her point, is that you can't, she didn't think you could in Santa Monica.
In Santa Monica, it's been
Even a
taught to me
condo.
That's
that,
not my understanding.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that actually sounds very illegal, because that would be in a condo, that
Yeah.
would be against Costa Hawkins
Yeah.
too, so I don't,
Agreed.
that doesn't make sense.
All right,
Okay, just wondering if you know.
a query.
I hope it isn't.
All right, anybody else? Pocket listings coming soon. Anybody? Anybody?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, sorry, I wasn't on the meeting earlier, I'm on another property, but, we do have that Metropolis listing, the new one, so we are co-listing that with our very own, Brandon Damiano. It's a studio, it's a great location, it's facing east for the building, it has this amazing balcony area too. HOA is pretty reasonable, it's, under 700, which for Metropolis, with all the amenities that you get and all the great stuff, it's like really terrific. So if anyone has a buyer that's looking, to move into downtown for something under 600K, I think it's a steal. But we literally just launched it today. So it's in the 15 stack for the building too.
Excellent. Great job, guys. All right.
Hey,
anybody
Joey.
else? Yes.
It's Alex again. I do have a lease coming up in the Los Feliz estate. It's really beautiful. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and the address is 5284 Los Diegos Way. And the Los Feliz Estates, it's off Los Feliz Boulevard, just slightly north.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful mid-century. It probably will be available sometime in right at the end of June, early July. It's about $12,000 a month. There could be some pieces that remain with the house, like there's a dining table that was built for the space and some outdoor furniture and that sort of thing. But I just wanted to throw it out there.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
Those houses up there are gorgeous.
They're so pretty. And they also have an HOA, which would just come with being a renter, and they have 24/7 security and patrolling.
It's like Beverly Wood. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank
anyone
you.
else?
Yeah, so we have in South Carthage, pocket listing on 1109 South Alfred. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with unpermitted ADU that needs a lot of work. And it's going to be listed at, what is listed at 1899. The issue, why this home has been renovated in the last 25 years, going for that amount, is because it backs up to La Cienega. So there's sound from La Cienega, plus there's that 20-some-odd story building going up a block north of it. So that's going to be impacting the price pretty dramatically. It can be bought off market, and we're happy to show it. It's a perfect way to get into South Carthage. It's extremely, just a beautiful neighborhood. You're my neighbor, right? And we do a festival every year. June 2nd, there are going to be 400 to 600 people there awesome. So give me a call. We'd love to get you in to see it. It's a great opportunity for someone to get in at a rock bottom price for this neighborhood. And it's a place that, frankly, you can bring a toothbrush. You don't have to do anything to get into the door. The other thing we have coming on is going to be in Upper Glendale. It's right across the street from Oakmont Country Club. And the golf course that's there. It's a sweet, sweet, sweet neighborhood of friend of mine's mother passed away, and they're cleaning up the place and selling it as is. They're not going to keep painting or do anything. We're just starting to stop. But it's great condition. The kitchen was renovated about 25 years ago. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, I think it is. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,800 square feet. Just bring some love, and it's going to be great. That's going to be around 1-4. That's going to be around 1-4.
Let's have a view. Let's have a view.
It does not have a view. It is sweet though. Who doesn't want that wallpaper? But it's in excellent condition, so the wallpaper is what it is, but it's in really good condition. So no
Wallpaper's
marks,
coming
all that
back.
part of the anyway, so those are 2 things we have coming.
Thanks, John.
Awesome, John.
And acknowledge you and John for
Chuck.
your social media your social media game is on. Everybody should follow those guys. Everybody should follow each other on social media, right? It's really important.
I love Tracy.
Mine?
I do. I always smile when I see your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
She's pubbing her son.
I think my son has the best social media page. His Instagram is
All
hilarious.
right, anybody else, pocket listings coming soon? Anybody online? Anybody raise their hand? No? Who said that? I thought I heard something. All right, wants and needs to fill the bucket. Anybody?
I'm going to fill the bucket to everybody who, I'm going to represent Pat for a moment.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out on Thursday. I wish I could have been there. I was in Atlanta getting drunk. But if I could have been, I would have. Exactly. So, 75th birthday celebration was so much fun. Anyways, thank you for coming out. Thank you, Tracy and the committee for choosing to donate services and time and effort to Pat. Pat serves about 5,500 people a year, getting them into permanent housing, getting them furniture so they're not sleeping on the floor, getting them clothing on occasion, getting them food, getting them services so they can stay housed, getting them services so they don't become unhoused. I love that organization. They've been around for now 40 years. This is the 40th year that PAT has been in operation. They started in the church basement in Westwood. And they have grown to this enormous population, enormous organization serving the entire state, mostly Los Angeles, San Diego, and Santa Barbara counties, but other places as well. And the effort that you gave, the lives that you touched by donating some time to make progress. Thank you.
Thank you for the connection. It was really so great. Like, we all truly enjoyed.
There's such a lesson in there too, because here's the pastor's wife who's, they live in a very rarefied environment. It's right in the Wilshire corridor, surrounded by all these beautiful, luxurious houses and towers, and she's driving around LA and she sees homeless people and she feels compelled that she wants to help in some way, and she starts with very little, right?
Starts with the committee.
Right, just a committee, right? Talking about it, seeing how they can help, and that leads to a church program, that leads to an outreach program, that leads to buying properties and housing and into this organization that is massive now. And 55,000 people are saying they can house
5,000 a year.
5,000 a year they house, in this transitional, and gosh, it's amazing you have to start somewhere.
They've housed about 5% of the homeless population in LA.
5%?
Yeah, one organization.
Yeah, and there's some great organizations out there, and it's a drop in the bucket, with all of these people who are trying their hardest to combat the problem. It exponentially grows every year, right? As life becomes more challenging. Yeah, so kudos to people who have a vision to start that conversation, right? And just do a little bit, right? Success is incremental.
Preacher.
So, who else? Wants, needs, fill the bucket?
I just want to say, I mentioned it to a couple people earlier. If anybody is considering getting an electric car, I know there's, people are kind of sometimes on Teslas. They're offering an amazing deal right now if you're considering it. It's a 0.99% financing on the Model 3 and the Model Y, which are sort of their lower end cars. And you get a $7,500 tax credit, which goes toward the price. So it's like a $50,000 car is a $40,000 car with very low interest rate for those that are considering going electric.
Yep.
Which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, agreed.
I've been electric since 2011.
Everyone's gonna have to do it eventually.
Yep.
I just wanted, I don't usually speak because I'm very shy. But I wanted to just fill the bucket for Raha. And I had closed escrows this month, and it was sort of like back to back to back. But she was cool as a cucumber, and she kept me really grounded, and she kept me in line with everything. I even managed to sneak in a 1-week vacation out of the country that she kept everything in order. And so I wanted to just say thank you to Raha and to Brian as well, and Joey and Rich for also keeping me just on my toes with regards to all this escrows. Thank you.
That's what we're here for. Anybody else wants, needs, fill the bucket?
That's an example of your team and your value to clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, leverage, leverage, leverage.
Okay, let's get ready for Scott Leroy.
Scott Leroy, 12:30.
Yeah, okay.
Stretch.
Let's see where we can do it.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.